Alright, all my realists, welcome to Dysfunctional University. It's the real AF, and class is now in session. To my left, I got mine,
Charlie Hunter, aka Boobs and Bamboos.
Oh, you got your boy D-Dash giving it to you straight, no chase. Follow me on IG at D-_.
Hey y'all, it's your little girl Ray, the trillest girl that you probably would ever know. Follow me on Twitter as the Trillest, THATRILLEST_S and _Trilltastic_ on IG.
Always live and on time. It's your boy Big Mike. Follow me on Twitter at just_Bowden. You dig?
Alright, y'all. So, unfortunately, we're going to have Nebe step off to the side for a second. She will be back with us. However, we're going to get into this. First and foremost, I want to put out there, I don't know if any, I'm pretty sure everybody here in the room knows about what's going on. Please, 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 let's just send out blessings and prayer out to Triple X's family. A young rapper has been slain in the streets of Florida. A young life has been taken. And regardless of what that young man has done in his past, that's still a black life that is hanging in the balance and has been taken for no apparent reason. I really think that this is a really sad time right now because that young man was on the rise to changing. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I would like for you to chime in on the situation at hand and be able to speak more on the topic at hand. So does anybody have anything to chime in about his death or about his situation or everything surrounding it as a whole?
I don't necessarily know the man too well. I heard a couple songs on the radio. I've heard that he has some bad press out there. He has done some things, abusing his girlfriend, raping somebody with a fork. I do believe, yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I read. I was like, oh, he did all this.
It's a lot of bad publicity for that man going out, and a lot of videos that's been shown. Regardless, I feel like he was too young to die.
Yeah, that's ultimately how I feel. Regardless, the man was 20 years old. If you really look at it, anybody can change. People have room to grow, to see the looks of the mirror of their ways, just to realize that, come on now, I did some bad things, but I can change and do better. Because if we don't allow ourselves to grow, then we're just gonna sit there and be stagnant for the rest of our lives. And you could see that he had made steps to promote more positive outlooks for himself.
Do you feel like that he had do you feel like not just him in a sense, but any artist who royally fuck up in the world, do you feel like they have a chance to actually change and people see that change, or do you feel like people just leave them in that stagnant?
Well, shit, you would leave the Chris Brown situation if you want to do it like that. Shit, they demonized that boy for years.
Years, bro.
Years after he beat Rihanna's ass. And it came to a point where they were like, you know what, Chris, we really like your music. We gonna let you back into the BET Awards, fam.
Wow.
We gonna let you dance for us a couple more times, bro.
I think the situation is fucked up because when you look at it, most of the people who really they have that negative stigma, who don't get a second chance, or it's usually something towards a woman. George Zimmerman got another chance. He killed the whole man.
True.
They ain't kill nobody, bro. They may rough them up. It's not, that's not what we teach in our community, to put your hands on a woman. But it's not murder. It's not something you can't come back from. And that's why I feel like they don't, everybody does deserve a second chance, but I also feel like some things deserves consequences.
There's no absolution to me, though, for sodomy. I mean, there's no coming back from that. I mean, there's a difference between beating the shit out of somebody and then freaking putting blunt objects into their private areas unwillingly and unwantedly. I mean, I think maybe he was absolved of all his pain and misery, but karma. I mean, look what he put out into the earth. What do you think he's going to get back? Mm-hmm. And even though people are saying he's so young and all this other stuff, he also reached a stature in life that most people don't reach. So, I mean, frankly, I think he lived a full life in that aspect. I mean, everybody's not meant to live to 80 years old.
That's true. Right. No, she's definitely right talking about that. I mean, that's why
not necessarily you do your good deeds, but you live how you're supposed to live as a person, as a human. With me, dealing with my religious beliefs, I believe that, you have to do your work here on earth as a Christian or as whatever religion that you're in. You have to put out good energy, good vibes, and it's going to come back to you. Like she said, karma. So
Good measure, pressed down, shaking together.
exactly. Or at least try to be a good person, not inflict evil on others, because regardless, it's gonna happen.
So do you guys stand by people wishing death on this young man because of what he's done in the past?
No, I wouldn't wish death on anybody, but I wouldn't wish death on nobody, because like she said, everybody should deserve a second chance. But if you're constantly doing the same stuff over and over and over, obviously you don't want to change. But from what they're saying, that he was trying to change. He was trying to be a better person. So yes, I do feel bad. But at the end of the day, it was just a little too late for him. But still, rest in peace.
If you really want to go religious about it, they say in the Bible, he without sin cast the first stone. It's really you can't judge. They say thou shalt not judge. You can't look at somebody else's life and really just demonize them, because if you really you want to go religious, there's a lot of stories in the Bible, and you can tell that people had some really rough past.
Jesus himself was arrogant. He was a very arrogant child.
He was.
And even then, you want to look at just like Malcolm X. I read that they said that about him, that he was a thief. He was
a woman beater.
There was a lot of things that
when he was 20,
if they had not been able to grow to that stature that they needed to, they would have never achieved the greatness that they needed to.
Maya Angelou was a prostitute.
She would have been a prostitute and a single mom at 20.
But there's a difference between being a predator and being somebody who's just misfortunate or have done wrong things and just haven't got to that path of correct.
Malcolm X, a woman beater. This is what we're talking about.
But that's not a predator per se. Like, this young man, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, everything that he's done or that's been shown in the light, he was a predator. Mm-hmm. He was not a good man. No matter, you can do all the good deeds in the world and still be a bad person. Bad people can do good things. It doesn't make them good. And everybody isn't good. So, I just think that maybe instead of trying to make him a good person because he died, let's call it for what it is and let's be real about it. Oh, it's sad. Another young black man got killed to violence. But, hey, this same young black man was creating the violence and the havoc. He got taken out by the same thing he was giving out. True. And obviously he knew what he was doing.
True.
Well,
because none of us really know what he did. None of us really know what's going on. So we don't know if that was an accident or what it was. We don't know what he does in the streets of Miami. Are we there with him ever? No.
You're right.
So is this more about the actions and not the actual person in itself? Is it more do the actions of somebody's past outweigh the message that they're trying to portray now, even though they know what they did was wrong?
Doesn't everybody think Magic Johnson has HIV for the rest of his life and that's all they talk about nowadays? that was actions of his past, but that's all we associate Magic Johnson with. We don't even talk about his basketball career no more.
Facts. You're right.
When's the last time you heard somebody talk about it? Magic was a really great basketball player, probably one of the greatest in the 90s, but we won't talk about that.
Well, is it just black people that do that too? Because Big Ben raped a girl back in the day, and you see he's still throwing that pigskin like he ain't nothing. They still running, Pittsburgh Steelers still trying to get that man to a Super Bowl, but they don't talk about that no more. It's about them stats now.
Who's Big Ben? I'm sorry.
Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback of the Steelers.
That's like I know nothing about football. Off real.
So I understand that. However, I feel like that was still taken. That man I have an issue with people looking in the same lens on a person that they viewed them in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. I don't get that. It's not fair, because as a person like myself, every last one of us change every single day. No, I ain't sodomized nobody with no fork. No, I ain't beat my significant other to a bloody pulp. However, I did some dirt in my day. I did some real ignorant, arrogant things in my day. So, however, I'm not that same person that I was yesterday. Stop viewing me as that same person. I'm not the same person I was yesterday that I am today, just like anybody else. That, unfortunately, yes, we didn't all see the fruits of his labor of him trying to change. But that doesn't mean that his change was not happening. That doesn't mean that he wasn't working towards that. Regardless of the fact that he did wrong. My issue for this situation is the people that talk down to him so bad. And it's just like, these are the same individuals who won't even out their uncle or grandpa or dad who touched him back in the day. But that's none of my business. Pushing on forward to the topic at hand. So the topic... So the topic at hand. Yeah, I did that. Sorry, but I mean, I'm just gonna keep it true.
Hey, you hit. I bet you don't struck somebody's nerves.
I'm sure I did, and I really don't care. But moving on to the topic at hand. The topic for today is the new age relationships. Black love. Does black love really exist, or is this shit a motherfucking myth? Okay, so I'm going to just bring it over to Big Mike. Where you feeling at this, sir?
I definitely feel like black love exists. It does. You just gotta find the one for you. There's somebody for everybody. If that makes sense. Your one is out there, your significant other. You just have to take the time, the patience, grow within yourself, love yourself, know what you want. That's just the biggest thing. You gotta know. You can't be out here,
Just out in the wind.
yeah, you just can't be out there not knowing. You like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're gonna accept, what you're gonna tolerate. You have to know all of that. But these hoes are trash. Jesus, they're trash. This generation is poo cheese, bro. I'm telling you, it's like
Hoes as in what exactly?
hoes as in
Like what? Like hoes as in.
I meant females. I'm sorry for using the word hoes. Females, and I'm black women.
Hoes is a noun.
not-
Person, place.
Yeah.
Hoes, biddies,
Yeah.
Johns.
I'm talking about a woman. I'm talking about a woman. But yeah, man. I just it does exist. It is a different time. Social media has in my eyes, I say ruined. Completely ruined, bro. Completely, like...
Ruined relationships for you.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Dang,
It's just so much that comes with it. You know, social media plays a big role in that. But do I believe black love exists? Yeah, I do. I believe it does.
Okay. So with that being said, if black love does exist, what is keeping the black love from happening? Like, what is the static? Like, because it's always been a disconnect. And I want to know what it is, because I don't know what that is, but I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing the excuse of, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna get me a white man, I'm gonna go get me a white bitch because she listen.
Because she listen.
Listen.
Little baby, that's
I feel like it's the arrogance and the ego in society. Everybody's trying to secure the bag. Everybody's trying to get that money. Everybody's trying to get their life together before trying to come and be in a relationship and shit like that. Like, niggas and females always say, oh, I ain't got my life together, so I'm not ready to be in no relationship right now. Like, fuck that shit. You supposed to do that shit together.
You can't just jump into something. Not saying you gotta have your whole ordeal together. You gotta have your doctorate, your 6-figure salary, your Beamer in the front. You ain't gotta have all that. You
But
just have
they trying to do that now.
right. But I don't
like-
feel like that's not what you necessarily need. Y'all need to have something stable, a good foundation with each other, be able to communicate with one another. Because honestly, relationships aren't planned. You don't plan to fall in love on June 19th. Like, you don't plan, like, that stuff happen. Not saying like you fall into it because, you know, you don't want to fall into love. You want to gradually grow into something. Like, when you vibe with somebody, at the end of the day, y'all gonna connect, y'all gonna hit. But people are just too scary about getting their heart broke. It's a 50-50 thing. Like, you gonna get your heart broke or you not. Like, it is what it is.
I just feel like in this day and age, people aren't willing to sacrifice. And at the same time, not just not willing to sacrifice, but at the same time, as a man, I want to be able to say that I got all my ducks in a row so I can provide my part as a man. Now, look, if I ain't got my check in order, then I can't really do all the things I want to do for you, baby. I can't take you out to the movies all the time. I can't take you out to eat. We can't go on these lavish trips. You know, we not going to be able to do all the things that I want to provide you with. And that makes me feel bad. So until I got my ducks in a row, per se. I'm not gonna say I got everything together, but I at least want to make enough income that I say, you know what, I can provide my part as a man. Cause that's more of an ego thing. Cause men are supposed to be the providers.
True.
So,
But I think that y'all take that shit too literally. Like,
Well, hold on.
I do.
What you
Sometimes I do that. I
Agreed.
do feel like they take that shit too literally because sometimes you don't have to have it all together. Yes, there's times where you want to take your significant other out and to the movies and to dates and on trips and stuff like that. But we as women, we work just like y'all do. We know that there's struggles in life. We know that we can't go out to eat. We know what we want. We know what we want to do for our men sometimes too. But there's times, just like your mama used to say, no, we not spending money on McDonald's. We finna take our ass home and go cook.
Hello.
That's what you need to make sure as the woman in that relationship, you need to know how to cook for your man.
I also think it's also with the age. Like, it depends also what age you are when you're dating. Because if you know we in our 20s, you know damn well half of the stuff that we can't afford in our 20s because we barely making ends meet or we barely making it to the next check. So, of course, you're not going to be doing all this extra shit and lavish shit on dates and lavish do what you can do. You know, that's how I feel. I mean, do what you can. I mean, yes, some people go beyond and up, but save money for what you want to save money for. We got Groupon. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff like that. We can make it work.
I just feel like that just comes down to knowing your partner, bro. Like,
That's true.
That all of what we're saying is valuable and it flows. But it comes down to knowing your partner, bro. Mm-hmm. Knowing what they want, knowing what they're willing to do, knowing what they're not willing to do. You know what I'm saying? You know if you got a female that's willing to split half the rent,
Right.
that's willing to take you out. You know if you got that off rip, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know if your female, if you go out and your female gonna pull a card out, and then you be like, no. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that just comes down to knowing your partner. That's just all I feel.
But you can have a love excursion and not spend a lot of money, because I have a really good friend personally that his first dates is typically going to a picnic. And you really don't have to put
He's
a lot
cheap.
of money.
He's cheap. That boy ain't trying to spend no bread without the butt. Come on, man.
Sandwiches for us, baby.
Hey,
We
my
getting
man say
the
he's not drinking. He ain't a drink.
But here's the thing, y'all calling
though.
somebody cheap, but here we are saying we ain't got our pockets deep. So why are they cheap when their pockets not deep, but they're creative? Like, where is this creativity in love? Like, what happened to the fact of being able to go take a picnic, and then once you go have this picnic, you gonna walk under the sunset and all this other stuff? Like, when did we become too good for nature, which is gonna be there after us anyways? It's gonna be there with us. It's gonna be there with us during. Like, why is it so superficial?
I agree with Taylor. On Thursdays, you can go to the Fine Arts Museum for free.
Okay.
For free.
I'll take a couple
There's
days.
so yes, there's so many different things to do in different cities around the nation and around the world that are free that you don't have to spend money on, and it's really just spending time with that one person.
So is it more or less
Real,
that people
bruh.
don't ask about, or like if people don't know that they have these options, or if it's a certain stigma, like I have to go and take her to this lavish 3, 4, 5-star restaurant for it to be an executive date or it to be a real date. Like sometimes people might just be like, oh, that's a nice little friend outing. We going bowling. Oh, you a nice friend.
I feel like that goes back to knowing your partner.
In communication.
In communication.
Communicate,
Establishing
please.
that
Wait a minute.
line.
Hold on. Now that somebody just said one of the most important things to me in a relationship, what are the most important? Like, I will get limited to 5. What are the top 5 things that is the most important to have a functioning relationship?
These are personal or
This honestly, it could be personal because again, every relationship is different. Not everybody relationship runs like that. My favorite date growing up was in the back of a pickup truck in the middle of a cornfield. That was my favorite date.
He was white.
Staring at the stars. That was the dopest date ever.
That boy was Caucasian.
Actually, he was Afro-American and he was very far. By the way,
His mama was Caucasian.
but that was my favorite date. So
That ain't no regular nigga shit. Nah, come on, man.
So basically,
unless he was from Jasper, girl.
Jasper.
Got you a country bunkin', huh?
So what will be the top 5 things for you that will make the relationship deemed worthy?
Okay, for me, for those out there who are religious and spiritual beings, we have to have a good, firm foundation. We have to have a good, firm foundation with God. I feel like God has to be the center of our relationship. Us together, we need to learn and grow through God to have a better connection. That's just me, personally.
So basically, a spiritual connection is the number one thing you need.
Number one, I need.
Well, you got FOMO, baby.
Okay, so I give all mine. Okay, spirit connection, communication is key because I'm not about to sit here and talk to a wall, and I'm not about to sit here and read your mind because I'm not a mind reader. I'm not Miss Cleo. So, and third is keep it open. Honesty is number one. If there's issues or you have problems, we need to be able to tell each other anything. 4, affection. I'm a very affectionate person. I need to make sure me and that person are very in tune with one.
Aggressive. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's just me. I love affection. That's the type of person I am.
Guys. She needs them late night cuddles.
She needs them things.
Hey, that's
She
fun.
want to get her booty rubbed on. Y'all. Remember that.
Hot. No.
Hey, that's what the fan is for. I mean, I have my blanket. We will be good.
Come on, fan.
Because I don't like sleep with a fan, but my significant other has to have a fan. That's cool, I guess. Whatever. And 5, yeah, you have to be like my friend. Like, I can't be in a relationship with someone who's not my friend. Because I have to laugh with you. I have to chill with you. I have to be able to take you to my people. Like, exactly. Like, because at the end of the day, like, who else can I roast? Like, we gotta sit back and roast each other. Like, that's boring. We gonna sit there, lovey-dovey, but his big head ass. Yeah, we gotta have that. We have to have a friendship.
Big head ass.
Sometimes I might want to throw something at you.
Yeah, sometimes I want to fight
I
you.
love
Like,
you.
exactly. Thank you.
But
girl.
I love you.
That's exactly
that remote
it.
might fly at your head, baby. But best believe it's done with
And
love.
if you wearing some pants that's a little bit too tight, I'm gonna tell you. Period.
Man.
Where you going with that dick print?
Exactly.
Looking like a slut. Looking
Damn.
like a
Wait a
slut.
minute,
Okay.
why I gotta be a slizzer?
So, Big Mike, what's for you, sir? Top 5. Top 5. Top 5. Top 5.
I'm ignorant, so.
Oh, Lord.
Number 1, communication. Like Rachel said, I can't read your mind, bro. I can't. I need you to talk to me. I feel like our generation, they feel like there's something wrong with talking. I honestly do. I feel like since I'm a male, the females that I have encountered, they want me to figure out what the fuck wrong with them. Off the muscle. Like, you know me, you should know what's wrong. What? Come on, bro. Get up out of here with that. Number 2, well, number 1 should have been a relationship with God, but, number 2, you gotta be able to pray with me. We gotta be able to pray together.
Yes,
that was really number 1. Number 3, you gotta be able to cook, because I can't. I'm not even gonna lie, you know what I'm saying?
Big boy, you can't cook.
I'm a big boy and can't cook.
Oh, my
Just
bad.
imagine.
I eat though.
But I eat though.
That's
Yeah, you feel me?
Walking out, baby. Where the food at, baby? I'm hungry.
Number 4, you have to be open-minded. When I mean open-minded, I should be able to talk to you about anything, any and everything. If I just come home one day and, babe, I went through it at work. You know what I'm saying? What happened, babe? You know what I'm saying? So I need you to be open-minded. I need you to be there for me. And number 5 is... shit.
Really?
The pussy gotta be good. That's number 5. There you go. All right, that's my 5.
On to the motherfucking next. Okay. Hey, babe, what's up, boo?
My number 1 is spiritual. Because if I bow my head to pray with you and it don't feel right, this not gonna work.
That's real.
Wow.
I want my man to be the head of my relationship. Like, I want to be able to be submissive to my significant other to
Yes,
an
daddy.
extent. With an
She said to an extent.
with an opinion. So what he says is not always going to go, but I want him to be respectful enough to put me in my place.
Yes, in the place.
Put them paws up.
D-Dash, your mic's off.
Non-violent, because
Sit down, bitch.
and we all know me. that's not gonna work. You tell me sit down, bitch, baby, my Jamaican gonna come out and there's gonna be a whole lot of bullshit. Okay. Next one is communication. That's something that I am working on within myself, that I've had to learn from myself. Is I need to learn how to communicate, just like he needs to learn how to communicate. Because if we don't communicate, then we just some non-communicating brick walls, and it's never gonna come together. Never. My third one is we need to know each other and know what makes us tick. And know that I'm random as fuck. And I like random shit, and I'm weird as shit, and I need you to match my weird. Yeah. I need you to be funny. I need you to be goofy with me when I want to be goofy at the most random times, even if we standing in the motherfucking Walmart. And I just want to bust out twerking for no reason. I want you to be there acting retarded with me.
To catch the twerk, basically.
Catch the ass.
Maybe I want to ride bikes at 2:00 in the morning inside Walmart. I want you to be
Lay your ass
down to go.
I feel you, Nay. I feel you,
okay.
Nay. I'm like the too.
I need you to be able to know. I need to be able to feel comfortable and safe with you. To know that you have my back and I have yours in support.
That's real. All right, Miss Charlie.
Well, 5. So hard to put a whole relationship in 5, like standard points. Number one, right? Number one is security, and when I say security, like you have to be secure with yourself, because I won't deal with an insecure significant other. I've spent too much time becoming myself and being an individual, and I won't compromise my freedom for somebody's insecurities.
Hello.
2, we have to be able to be transparent with our communication, not just open, transparent. Like it's eliminated. It's a glass house, baby, and if we throw stones, then we gonna fuck up our house, and we gotta know that's what we're getting ready to be able to do, right? Number 3, of course, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I know me. We gotta be able to have good sex, okay? If we're not physically compatible,
Tell the truth.
If we're not physically compatible, it will never work, because I'm going to get bored.
Exactly.
And that's the wrong place for me to get bored, because that's when I go linger. So I'm just, you gotta have that. But I can own up. But the fact
at least you can own up to it.
I can spot that out and I can own up to it, meaning, number 4 is to know that we will never be constant. We can maybe have a temporary plateau, but you're never going to be feeling too comfortable in anything that we're doing, because if we're not working towards getting better or doing more or doing something different, then you're not that person for me. Like we have to be 2 complete people, but we have to push each other to reach our greatest self, and to become the best version of ourselves each and every day, and not just once a month, or like you need to be able to push me to be the best version of myself every day. And number 5 is just knowing that you have to be an individual. Like we're not 2 peas in a pod. Like you're you and I'm me, but when we come together, we're a force of nature.
Come on, I like that. Yes, ma'am.
No, the girl done moved to Florida, came knowledgeable with the love.
Okay, all right. So with that being said, thank you, because that was just like, what? That hit me in my shunanana. Okay, so my shunanana. About to have me speaking tongues in here. Okay, so boom, like this is the big thing that I feel like it's an issue, is people looking at other relationships. Oh, wait a minute, D-Dash. Hold on. I'm so motherfucking rude. Light skin in the room. Go ahead and say what you got to say,
Look.
Come on, light skin.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't feel
Whoa.
entitled. I'm going to run through these 5 little topics, because you know what? It's sweet and simple. 1, communication is number 1. Communication rules the nation. We have to be able to talk it out. And I'm honest as fuck. Don't ask me about something you don't want the honest truth from me.
Come on, brother.
I'm going to tell it to you straight.
Come on, brother.
And you going to be mad about some of the things I say. But you know what? I was honest about it.
I was honest.
2,
bitch.
we don't.
My God.
But see, there's a difference between being honest and being disrespectful.
You right. You sure right. 2, we have to be transparent with each other. We have to be able to lay everything out on the table, no secrets. Honesty is a big policy for me. 3, you know what? I'm just gonna be honest. You got to be okay with me embarrassing you, because I will smack your ass in public, and you got to be okay with that. Your friends gonna look, they gonna be like Daryl, and I'm gonna be like what?
Oh my God.
4. You have to be okay with yourself, and you have to be okay with me. We have to be two separate people coming together for the simple cause of trying to be better together. 5, and one of my favorites and most important. You have to be my peace, my cheerleader, my friend, and my confidant. We have to be in this together. If I don't get along with you, I'm not going to stay with you. That's just real.
Don't nobody want to argue all day, every day, bro.
That's facts.
Look, if I'm already getting yelled at work, I ain't trying to hear that shit when I get
Hello,
home.
somebody. Hello. Yes, Lord. But no, thank you, because I know I dealt with that in the last relationship. Speaking of past relationships, on to the next question. I feel like, what was your last, and now for me, relationship, situationship, if it has a ship at the end, this counts. What did your last relationship teach you, or situationship teach you? Anyone can go on this one, to be quite honest with you.
That bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Oh my God, is that what everybody got?
Nah. That's not a real thing. I don't.
All right, Big Mike, what's up, my brother? Or DJ, what you have to say?
Nah, I don't believe that girls ain't. I just believe that in this generation, we put this, stigma on relationships that everything has to be perfect, and you can't force anybody to change for you.
No.
You have to. They have to do it for themselves. You can't make a round peg fit into a square hole. That's just.
I like, boy, hold on, bars.
That's just being honest.
Knowledge.
Bars.
You can't make somebody fit what you want them. If you already have seen that this is not working, God's gonna tell you every time,
Man.
nope.
The sign's gonna be in your face.
And you gonna keep banging your head against that wall, wondering why, Lord, why?
Facts, bro. Facts.
You gonna wonder, but the sex is so good. Why can't we make this work? Because you know why? The mental ain't there together.
But why he stole what I wanted to say?
I would say, don't talk to your friends' friends. Definitely.
Are you
If you meet someone through a mutual friend and y'all are both close to that friend,
Y'all will
don't.
lose that friendship.
Yeah, bro. Don't do it, bro. You wouldn't necessarily lose it. I'm just saying.
Hey, sometimes.
Make sure you have your own happiness. Make sure you have your own happiness before stepping into a relationship. You should not have to depend on your significant other to make you happy. You should be happy.
Codependency is a very poisonous thing.
And I would say take your time. There's no need to rush. If that person really and truly wants you like they say they will, they're not going anywhere.
Right.
Facts. That's all I gotta say about that.
Big fact.
There's this old phrase that goes, "You fixed it broke," and I feel like that definitely relates to like my last relationship, because he was so broken, and I was trying to be that rock for him and help him out so much that I had to learn that I was out here fixing it broke. Like, by me trying to help, it was really hindering our relationship, and it was taking a pull from it. And I had to learn to drop the dead weight, because I can't go hard for you and hurt me in the process. Like, if you unfortunately sometimes your significant other is dead weight, and you gotta drop that dead weight. You can't see everybody from rags to riches. It's just sometimes that's not the person for you. I'm sorry, at the end of the day, like, old dude who, took Beyonce to prom or whatever. Shit, she wasn't for the nigga.
Nah, he hurt as fuck right now.
No, I'm just saying,
hurt.
y'all are right. He might be hurt, but at the same time, you know
Might
what?
be.
That was her dead weight, and he wasn't for her, and look where she's at. But I bet you she was probably stuck stupid behind this dude. She
Should be a third ward somewhere.
with a motherfucking baby.
Still third ward.
Yeah.
Pretty boy.
So like, yeah, you just
Ain't
sometimes you fix it broke, and you
Using that throat for something else.
don't fix it broke, man.
My last situation that I was in was, I would say that everybody doesn't deserve me. I have
for everybody.
That hit everybody shutting them up.
I'm giving you all of me.
I do. I have a lot to give, and just because I go beyond for the person that I choose to deal with, or or know that I want to build with does not necessarily mean that I'm giving you my all. I'm just giving you a little bit more. But everybody doesn't deserve that. And my last situation, that person did not deserve that. He did not deserve me. And it took me a long fucking time to realize that shit.
We matching energy all 2K18.
So, you know, and it was
That
literally putting me
influence.
into a depression and putting me into a negative light, and I had to let that go. So, yeah.
I think I'll end this little part of our segment. I think for me, what I learned in my last relationship is that mirroring image will save your life. I know, just like Taylor said and Janae said, anybody else probably spoke on this, that you gave more than you wanted to.
Well.
And you didn't get it back.
Well.
I know I'm a person who loves hard. And if you tell me that you gonna ride till the wheels fall off, then I'm taking that word for granted. However, actions and words need to match each other. Because niggas could say anything.
Females too.
And first of all, I'm from Houston. I don't know if anybody else knows this, but I'm from Houston. Hoe in it's a noun. It's a person, place, a thing in this thing. So for me, I feel like if your words and your actions are not adding up, there's no conversation. You're going to be out here making yourself look stupid. I'm not going to do it for you. And mirroring image, if you're giving the same energy that person's giving you, ain't no harm done. Because if things don't work out, y'all go y'all separate ways, that you didn't give too much of yourself. You gave exactly the right amount that you were supposed to give, and you don't feel like you wasted your time. You feel like, okay, you could really look at that situation and be like, okay, that was a lesson. I can learn from that. Let me move on to the next thing that God's going to bless me with. Because not everything that comes across your path is a blessing from God. Sometimes it's a test.
Even some pussy.
Even the pussy, even some long dick could be a damn lesson. So please watch it.
And then,
Listen, I'm going through a test right now, and I still got about a hot 12 hours to pass or fail, baby. I don't know what the hell I'm going to pass.
We gotta get to the next grade.
I lost my Scantron. I lost my Scantron. I ain't gonna make it, y'all.
And if you don't pass that test, he's going to put that test right back in front of you.
That
That's
test
why
is
a
shit.
lot of people are going through this same circle with different people. You're getting different people placed into your life, but you're going through the same situations.
This is very true.
Y'all at the test. God, what page 15 on? I'm lost. I'm lost in the motherfucker. Y'all at the test. Yeah. I'm in tutorial stuck like a hoe.
We were supposed to be studying for a test.
Exactly.
Look, we had a test today?
I thought it was a pop-up quiz. Damn.
Okay, so I know that Big Mike said something about social media ruining relationships. I kind of want to touch on it just for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes maybe, because we got... Big Mike, can you touch on how social media ruin relationships?
I just feel like everyone has this image of goals. Beyonce, Jay-Z, you know, whoever, Gucci Mane and his wife, whoever, their goals. You know, I'm gonna need us to understand that we ain't them.
Go ahead,
Bitch, I ain't no trap king, and you ain't no prostitute with no big ass booty. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to have realistic expectations of your partner. Don't, you know what I'm saying? You can't, or you gotta have your degree when you a freshman in English. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, like Daryl said, we matching energy all 2K18, but I just feel like, you know, I feel like social media put a dent in relationships. Now everyone wants to be posted. Everybody wants to be seen. But for what? It ain't for you. It's for everybody else. It's for everybody else, though, sis.
I know, but I mean, for me, it just gives you that validation. I know social media, it just depends on your maturity level and your insecurity level when it comes to things. Because me, personally, I'm not even about to lie to you. Like, if I'm really not with this man like that, then I'm not going to post him. If he really with me like that, he going to post me. But you go, that's how I feel. Honestly, like, if we not together, I want that validation. every relationship to me deserves some type of validation.
Private life equals happy life. Your validation is the man's actions. What the fuck Instagram and Twitter got to do with that?
on, wait a
I'm
minute.
just
I
saying.
didn't say all the time. I didn't say
Exactly.
doing all that.
He doesn't have to be. You don't have to be his whole Instagram, or you don't.
True.
He doesn't have to be your whole Instagram.
True.
But it could be like, okay, Happy Valentine's Day. This is me and my nigga.
Not even,
You know, or happy, or give
I
him a
want
shout out.
other
Just
niggas-
like we give fam shout outs, I can give a shout out to my man.
Yeah, that's my man. I'm gonna support my man. I'm gonna show off my man because that's my man.
All right, so don't. But if your
man.
dude not like that,
My
just
man.
I just feel like if your dude not like that, why
But if
push
he's
it?
not
Why
like
is
that,
an issue?
then it's not gonna be. Then
It is gonna be an issue.
It is gonna be an issue.
Because you want to be
Yes.
seen. Because you want to be seen, bro. Come
that's
on.
just how. That's how, to me, from what I was raised, what I've seen, men who my family who are in love with the people they're with, who do want to be with or whatever, they show off their women.
Okay, so we're going to leave this topic and post it on our Facebook. Please, guys, please leave your comments, questions, and concerns underneath this post. We will actually read them and respond back to you into the next episode. However, we're going to move on to America in the Black. We have our own Charlie Baltimore and Big Mike with the subject.
Yo, Mike, have you been seeing the shit about the internment camps with
Yeah,
these kids, being
man.
separated from their parents? I mean, I feel like as a black community, what should we do about this?
As a black man coming from a culture and a people that have been oppressed before, I do not agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. I do believe that is kind of messed up how when they get to the border, they're separating kids from their parents. Because, my parents were a big part of my life, being with my mom, her teaching me right from wrong, you know what I'm saying? So, but then there's another side of me that's just like, okay, after a certain amount of people, I know there's word back in Mexico that if you get caught, that these are the consequences. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that is right, but I'm saying that they know. Like, if the problem is not fixed in America, why keep running to it? That's just like, you're not going to keep shopping at H-E-B or certain place or whatever if you go there every time and you keep getting robbed. You feel me? You're not going to do that. But is it okay? Is it right as a black man who, you know what I'm saying, my ancestor went through it? No, it's not. But then again, I'm not running to no fire if the house on fire. You dig? I'm standing outside watching that thing burn down. So, I don't know. What's your take on it? Like, speak on that. What you think about it?
I mean, it's tough because really, if you think about it, why when you know you have the power to help change something or make something better, just watch it go by and just hope that it pans itself out and it works itself out. It's a selfishness that, because we have a lack of altruism, which, sometimes we feel entitled to because we weren't helped out or, we dealt with it for so long. I mean, for example, today is Juneteenth. Representation of it took an extra 2 years for African Americans in Texas to actually become freed.
Yeah.
Compared to when it was the Emancipation Proclamation, everything like that. So, I think that we hold on to this grudge and this self-righteousness of you owe me type thing, to where we feel like we can't help anyone else out. And honestly, we've never lived outside of America. I don't know about you. I haven't. I can't speak on the trenches of a third world country. I can only tell you about me seeing, homies get shot on the street.
Yeah.
So, whatever they're going through, it must be that detrimental to where they're willing to take that risk. They're willing to get caught at the border. So, whatever they're running from, it must be a greater evil than what we've seen.
At the beginning of your statement, you said, why not help if we have the power? I honestly feel like as black Americans, we don't. We're still trying to come up for what we dealt with. Now, I'm not saying that I believe that we shouldn't try to help. But I'm also saying we don't even have the own power to stop cops from killing us. We don't have the own power in America to be seen as equal as the white man. We can't get the same jobs with the same exact degrees coming from our own institutions.
Right.
So do we have the power to help? Yes and no. I just feel like as before that we try to fully help someone, we got to clean up our own backyard too. Yeah. We got to clean up our own issues as well. So it is a conflicting circumstance. It is a very conflicting circumstance.
I think, without self-segregation, we would have that power. Because if you think about it, the only reason why we're not together as a community is because of self-segregation.
You're right.
Oh, you're not black enough. Oh, your skin is too fair.
Wow.
Oh, you don't have that melanin.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't grow up in the hood, but so you're not as black as me. You're a white black.
Yeah, come on. Preach, yeah.
Oh, your mom is black, but your dad is white, so you're still white because your daddy isn't black. Like, it's just too much.
Well, that's science that says that.
It's too much. No, but I'm just saying it's too much.
Science does say that.
But we think science is wrong for everything else, so why can't
You're right. Hey, like I paid attention in science.
So we have too much self-segregation. Oh, you're the nerdy black in class, so you too. I'm too cool for you. I'm too good for this. Bloods and Crips. Like, how deep do we go with the fact of the self-segregation that we have put in our society? So, like, if we actually came together, really, and formed that, then we would really be able to have that power.
Yeah, I feel you.
All right, thank you, Charlie and Big Mike. That was really, really deep. I love what you just said there. However, we're going to go on to Miss Nebe with just a little bit.
Okay, y'all. How y'all doing? So, y'all know that Jay-Z and Beyonce then broke the internet again and then dropped their new album. And we're gonna go ahead and listen to one of the songs that they dropped that I think is actually pretty dope song. Okay, so with that small segment, we're gonna start with Miss Real as Fuck. What you think on this segment of The Black Effect by the Carters?
First of all, they had me by the name Black Effect. And I kind of cheated before we did this. I actually listened to the whole album maybe 4 or 5 times. At first, I didn't like it, but then I started listening to the song itself. I liked it. I like anything. I know in the beginning we didn't play that, but they dropped some knowledge in this thing. And anything that drops some knowledge for me is going to catch my attention. So I really don't have no issue with the song. I really like the song for what it is.
That's actually my favorite song off the album. Real as Fuck. I definitely listened to the album already. I'm still going to stand by the fact publicly I think it's trash. However, that song is really phenomenal. And no, I'm not a Beehive hater. But and then I'm also very upset that they only gave me 9 tracks. Y'all been together for 20 years. I only get 9.
Expect 20
I only get 9 tracks, bro. But other than that, I think Black Effect is a really dope song, and I hope it breaks the internet.
I like the beat behind it and everything. Again, I haven't listened to it. I'm too broke for Tidal, and they just put it on Google Play Music. So I'll give this a listen a little bit later. When my senses are together. But as far as this song, it's might have to put my listening goggles on. Just to make sure that I heard this in the correct light. But I feel it's gonna be uplifting from what I'm hearing with this. Positive message, black people uplifting themselves. He's saying he is the culture. He's possibly a little right, but maybe a little wrong. You still ain't responding to either, but we know we're going to get on that right now.
Don't you bring that out. Don't you bring that up. All right, Trill-tastic.
I mean, I listened to the album. I personally like the album, but you know, there's a lot of bops on there that I really, really like. Black Effect is one of those where you just really gotta sit and just like listen to and just like enjoy it. Cause it's crazy. Cause it's like, as black people, like from what I took from it, as black people, we really can go on any MLK Boulevard and just walk up to a person and be like, "What's up?" and then start a whole conversation.
No, you can't do that in Houston.
Well, me, I can. As a person, as a black person, I feel like I can approach other black people. I mean, of course, in the appropriate way, because you can't just walk up to every black person, of course. But I just feel like as a black culture, I know there's some times where we are separated, but at the end of the day, we still are all connected. That's how I kind of get from the MLK thing. It's like, even though we all separate, we still are connected. We still have stuff that connects us regardless. So that's what I think.
Very pro-black-ish is what I got.
He said blacker than the Essence Fest.
Yeah, blacker than the Essence Fest.
Yeah,
like
I still haven't missed.
I fuck with it. That's all I really got to say. I'm not too big of a Beyonce fan, so
that's real as fuck.
Yeah, it's alive though. I fuck with the message behind the song. I definitely fuck with that.
Alrighty, before we get to our ending comments, we will be letting Nebe give us the scoop of what's going on in the streets of H-Town. What's going on, boo?
You know she know it all.
Yeah, she got the scoop ear to the street.
Well, you know I'm the plug. I'm plugged in. I know everything going on and shit. But on June 23rd, we have our annual food truck festival here in Houston, Texas. It's going to be held from 3 to 9:30 in the Houston Food Park off of Leland Street. Tickets are only $12. So make sure you go out and support, especially all these black-owned businesses, food trucks that's going to be out there. For all of my people that are currently in the job force and looking for a career, Greater Houston Career Fair, they are having one on this coming Wednesday, which is tomorrow, from 11 to 2 at the Crown Plaza in River Oaks. That is the one off of 59 that you see.
Jesus, River Oaks.
Now, if you need that job, you gonna go.
Right.
What if I ain't got gas money, baby? Damn.
Baby, you better walk, Uber, Metro. Let me know.
He ain't got gas money. He ain't got money for no Uber.
I ain't got no job.
Okay. And all my people in Boogie Town, I already know. Y'all know we talking about Dallas. Dallas has a boat party, an annual boat party coming up on July 27th from 8:30 to midnight. It is BYOB. The tickets are $25 and it's on Lake Louisville. Please contact me. Let me know so I can get you more information. Okay? Thanks for tuning in. Get lit.
Alrighty, guys. So our closing statements. Let's go on to Charlie. Charlie, you got some closing statements for the people.
Yes, I do. In summary of everything, I mean, first and foremost, I thank everybody for tuning in and sharing this first with us. And I hope to have many more firsts with you guys along with our viewers as well. But overall, I just feel like my main three things are, one, don't fix it broke.
Mm-hmm. That's a new one. I need to put that on a shirt.
Don't fix it broke.
They gonna wonder what the hell that means. Free game.
Two, don't lose yourself in the journey of being in a relationship. And 3, if you're gonna come correct, come fuck me good. Okay?
Alright, that's it, bitch. All of this is all quotable shirts. We need to make some money.
If you gonna come correct, come fuck me good.
Yes.
That's a leg tap, bitch. What you
Not a leg tag, dog.
Whoa, there.
Nah, I'm just playing, bro.
And here we go with the ratchet shit.
Alright, D-Dash, what you got?
Boosie still do ratchet shit.
I just want to do hood.
Well, I say reciprocation is the key in all of this. I say you give me and I give you the same amount of energy. We matching energy all 2K18, baby. We're gonna be in this together. You're not ahead of me, you're not behind me, you're right there in line with me.
Wow.
We in this together or we ain't in this at all. That's it.
From what I take it, always put yourself first. Love yourself first. Also, always love yourself first. Put yourself first. If no one is there to help you be a better you, then they gotta go.
That's real.
Period.
All right, checking in one last time. It's your boy Big Mike. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to our first podcast. go ahead and do a favor for me and follow us on Twitter at DYU University and on Instagram at Dysfunctional University, all one word. And yeah, man, don't lose yourself out here. And peace and love, man. I'm out.
All right, y'all. It's your girl, Nebe, tuning in for one last time before we step out this thing. What I will leave with you guys when it comes to new age couples is to make sure that y'all respect each other. Respect each other's space when they need space. Respect each other's wishes. Make sure you're supporting your significant other. Also, if you want to be with that person, stop being scared and be with that person. Okay? Stop trying to go through the motions and you know you want to be with them. You know that they're good for you.
Just
If they
do
are
it,
not
man.
good for you, then you need to
Like
leave
now.
that situation alone, period.
Boy, no.
What if I want to be with them because it's
Psych.
good?
We out here drinking.
Boy, stop. This is the real AF. I feel like my last comments, please be a mirroring image. It saves your heart, man. And if actions don't match up to words, it just sounds good, baby. Leave it where it's at. So, with that being said, again, please follow us on our Facebook as well. It's Dysfunctional University. We will have all of our episodes uploaded there. You will be able to comment, leave your questions, your concerns, and maybe give us a topic for the next episode. Who the fuck knows? But thank you for tuning into our first podcast. We truly appreciate it. We truly appreciate everything, and we really want you guys to come back and visit us again. Please remember to bring your notebooks and your notepad and your pens and pencils to the next class because there's going to be plenty of tea and notes to be taken down. Thank you again for tuning into our podcast. Until next time, folks, be real.
My friends, real friends, better than your friends. That's how we keep popping out that binge, yeah. No foes, real friends, we ain't even gotta pretend, yeah. Get bands, spin it all on my friends, yeah. Pull me up, and never let me down.